What It Look Like TV. We are back. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button. But today we're going to talk about fatherhood. And we're going to talk about one of, quote unquote, the best fathers in the history of fatherhood. But let's first talk about the responsibilities of fatherhood. The way you are responsible for setting a responsible example for someone to follow. Once you become a father, it doesn't become about you. And if you are in these streets and your children wind up in these streets also, as a father, you have failed. So let's see the job of fathering this father out of Milwaukee is doing. Let's see the job of fathering that he's doing.
Last week's deadly Burger King shooting stemmed from a staged robbery, and that the 16-year-old girl who died may have been in on the plan. The new information is part of the criminal complaint filed against Antwan Edwards. Prosecutors say he's the man who tried to rob the restaurant. Investigative reporter Derek Rose joins us now live. Derek, a big twist in this case.
Yeah, Joyce, according to the criminal complaint, Antwan Edwards, the man charged in this case, along with his daughter who works at the Burger King and her best friend, the 16-year-old who died, all three of them, according to prosecutors, were in on this plot to rob the Burger King. But according to the complaint, the man who fired the fatal shot was not. The latest twist in this tragic story points part of the blame at the 16-year-old who died, Naisha Harris Brazil. That information, according to the criminal complaint, came from Antwan Edwards, the man.
We're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop it right here. And we're going to recap exactly the situation that we're in right here. This man planned the robbery of a Burger King where his daughter and her best friend worked at with his daughter. This is the example that he's setting for his daughter. This is how he's protecting his daughter. This guy is one of the worst individuals ever to walk the planet. Hands down. If I could be more explicit on YouTube and they wouldn't clip this, I would. But that's pretty much the extent I'm willing to go with it. This man staged a robbery with his 16-year-old daughter and her friend. And the friend ends up dying in the robbery. Daughter goes to jail. He goes to jail. All this for no more than $400 or $500. This is horrible. If this is the leadership that this man was showing, his family never had a chance. The young lady never had a chance. Yeah, she has to go to jail for her actions, but come on. If your parent is thinking that this is a good idea, let's continue.
This week and believed to be the person in the red hoodie seen reaching through the drive-thru window with a gun at the Burger King near 51st and Capitol January 2nd. According to the complaint, Edwards' daughter works at the Burger King as well with her best friend, Harris Brazil. Prosecutors claim the trio hatched a plan for Edwards to rob the restaurant at closing time, when the register was likely to have lots of money, noting Naisha Harris Brazil was usually assigned to the drive-thru window and would be the one to hand over the money.
Okay, we're going to pause it again right there. And another thing that I find it very interesting. Now, I don't know if the young lady that passed, if she was in on it or not. But if the man is willing to pull off a robbery with his 16-year-old daughter, his word is worth nothing. So I don't even see how they could place in a report like, according to him, he said she was in on it. I think this guy would say anything at this stage in the game.
To the complaint, Edwards told investigators Harris Brazil did not hand over the money as planned and was taking too long. And when he reached through the window, someone started shooting. Exclusive video shows the hooded man retreating before he drives off. According to prosecutors, that gunfire came from Derek Ellis, who also works at Burger King but was not in on the plan. Naisha Harris Brazil was standing between Ellis and the Impala driver in the line of fire, prosecutors wrote. After the shooting made headlines, many in the community stepped up to help Naisha's family, including Omar Sheikh, who raised upwards of $40,000. Details of the complaint were not what he was expecting.
Yeah, I already talked to a lot of the people, and our hearts were in the right place, right? And so, but I'll take it a step further. I mean, they still are dealing with a daughter at 16 years old that was murdered and killed, so I know the family's going through a really tough time.
Derek, this claim that the girl was in on it, has her family responded to that?
Well, Joyce, we reached out to the family late this afternoon. Naisha's aunt told us the family was not interested in making a statement. It said it's still a very hard time for them right now. Meanwhile, as for criminal charges, Antoine Edwards and his daughter both arrested by police. Edwards faces a felony murder charge, but a spokesperson for the district attorney told me it is unclear what, if any, charges his daughter might face. Joyce?
Still looking for Ellis. Derek?
That's that. Wouldn't none of this happen if the father in this situation was being a father and trying to raise productive citizens in this society instead of trying to pull robberies with his daughter, with his 16-year-old daughter. Tell me how y'all feel about this in the comment section. As you can see, this one has me a little flabbergasted. This one right here really is underneath my skin and it really bothers. So y'all tell me about how y'all feel about it in the comment section. If you haven't yet, hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate everybody out there for giving this video a chance. Check me out on the next one. If you made it to this point, you're my MVP, and I'm out of here.